Hey, what what's happening? Goodness to you, it's Sporty King. And I always say goodness because I don't know whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening. But isn't it great to have good in front of your salutation? Welcome to Gift Friday. Look, I'm on early, so don't worry about it. If you feel like, oh, I missed the broadcast, no, you didn't. I come on 5 minutes early. I try to get 5 minutes earlier and just settle in. So even if you end up coming on live, I'm not going to start the message until 11. Okay, so hang in there. But that's a tech tip and a personal preference. Even though I may say I come on at 11, I like to come on 5 minutes early if possible to give technology a chance to do what it calls build the audience, as well as it gives people a chance. Like, say, for instance, maybe you were saying, "Oh, I want to make sure I tune in," but you're not sitting there just waiting for 11 o'clock. You're doing something else. And then when the thing comes up, Sporty's on live. So, oh my God, I got to do that. So I come up early. I come on early so that when you see that, you can say, oh, good. Yeah, let me close my stuff down. Hey, what's up, Marty? And then I can do this. I can do my shout outs. Okay. But well, what's going on, Marty? Coming in from Chicago and from LinkedIn. And see, that's the other thing. I do this across Medium. I do it across Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And so we got 3 minutes left, 3 minutes to go for today's message. But that's why I come on early to give people a chance to settle in. Hey, you can still go get you some water, still go to the bathroom, still go to, hey, come on, Sporty's on. You can still do all of that kind of stuff. And then we'll get going. But again, thank you for coming in. And even if you're watching on the video, know that you'll be able to participate as well as request a copy of today's sharing, because that's what I do with my Gift Friday sharing. Okay. All right. Hey, what's going on coming in from New York? My home girl. What's up, Deborah? Good morning to you as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. We got less than 2 minutes for today's message. And so all is well. All is well. Or as I used to like to hear Pastor Freddie Haynes of Dallas, when he used to come do a revival at Trinity when I was in Chicago, Trinity United Church of Christ. Freddie Haynes always said that things are good and they are getting gooder. He's now, by the way, the president of or CEO. I don't know which title they use for Operation Push, but I know him from goodness. I've been in Charlotte 13 years, and I was seeing Freddie Haynes for I don't know how many years while I was in Chicago at Trinity's annual revival. So it's good to see him moving up and moving forward. Okay, so we got less than a minute for today's message. So hang in there with me, Marty and Deborah. I hope you're both still there. And and we get this inspiration go. But always remember, you can come back. It's going to be there. That's what the video is all about. When you're doing a broadcast, don't get all upset about, oh, well, let me wait for more people. It's going to be taped. Train your audience, whether it's on video or live, that you work on time. And so therefore, if that's what I rather come on early rather than come on late, or waiting for people to get here. I say, hey, why would I penalize the people who are early? Okay. So that's the way you have to look at it. What's going on, Marty? Thank you. Present. Okay. Yeah. So think about that when you're doing your presentation, your meetings of any kind, even a party. Don't say, oh, let's wait for more people. Let's get it together and let's get going and let's do that. Okay. So welcome to Gift Friday. I call it Gift Friday, and I created it because so often we hear people say TGIT. Thank God it's Friday. But I say, what value and what allure does Friday have to the person who took their last breath on Thursday or any day before that, for that matter? So what I've done is I've learned to use what I learned through Psalm 92:2. And that is, it is good to proclaim your love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. And so therefore, instead of using TGIF, thank God it's Friday, I use TGIT, thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight. Because I think that way, what, thanking God for the morning, for waking up and then getting a chance to go through a whole day and do it again. That's what I'm talking about. And that allows me to bring in another scriptural guideline that I like to use, what I learned from Matthew 6 and 34. And that is, so don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today. So therefore, consider instead for TGIF, consider trusting God is free. TGIF, trusting God is free. Think about it. What does it cost to be blessed with the greatest gift of the day? Waking up. It doesn't cost you a dime. And that still moves us into realizing that when we move the T and TGIF from the front to the end, we find what we really must give God thanks for. And that is, again, today. Thus, Gift Friday, GIFT, is God is for today. And it's the online sharing of one of my original poems and its possible uses to inspire audiences online or in person. Each poem, after I read it, will then be my gift to you. Well, today I'm not going to be reading a poem. I'm going to be reading an inspirational message that something I found on the internet that I've used for years, and I really love it, and that's what I want to share. But after you hear me read it, if you like a copy of it and you're not on my mailing list, you can just email me at sporty@sportyking.com. And that way I'll send you a copy. The reason I say email me is because if you're not on my mailing list in my contacts, then your security might block me as spam if I send something to you as an attachment. But if I'm responding to you, so this is a tech tip you can use anywhere. If I'm responding to you, then your security system will let excuse me, will let mine go through. Okay. So that's why you want to do that. If you're on my mailing list already and you know you're in my contacts, then you can just drop a request right here and say, send me a copy of that inspiration. But this is called Beware of Garbage Trucks. And I found it by a person named David J. Polay. Or he may pronounce it Palais. I don't know. Okay. But this is called Beware of Garbage Trucks. How often do you let other people's nonsense change your mood? Do you let a bad driver, rude waiter, curt boss, or an insensitive employee ruin your day? Unless you're the Terminator, for an instant, you're probably set back on your heels. However, the mark of a successful person is how quickly she or he can get back on their focus on what's important. 16 years ago, I learned this lesson. I learned it in the back of a New York City taxi cab. Here's what happened. I hopped in a taxi and we took off for Grand Central Station. We were driving in the right lane when all of a sudden a black car jumped out of a parking space right in front of us. My taxi driver slammed on his brakes, skidded, and missed the other car's back end by just inches. The driver of the other car, the guy who almost caused the big accident, whipped his head around and he started yelling bad words at us. My taxi driver just smiled and waved at the guy. And I mean, he was friendly. So I said, why did you do that? This guy almost ruined your car and sent us to the hospital. And this is when I learned, this is when my taxi driver told me what I now call the law of the garbage truck. Many people are like garbage trucks. They run around full of garbage. They run around full of garbage, full of frustration, full of anger, and full of disappointment. As their garbage piles up, they need a place to dump it. And if you let them, they'll dump it on you. When someone wants to dump on you, don't take it personal. You just smile, wave, wish them well, and move on. You'll be happy that you did. So this was it, the law of the garbage truck. I started thinking, how often do I let garbage trucks run right over me? And how often do I take their garbage and spread it to other people at work, at home, on the streets? It was that day that I said, I'm not going to do it anymore. I began to see garbage trucks. Like in the movie The Sixth Sense, the little boy said, I see dead people. Well, now I say, I see garbage trucks. I see the load they're carrying. I see them coming to drop it off. And like my taxi driver, I don't let, I don't take it, make it a personal thing. I just smile, wave, wish them well, and I move on. One of my favorite football players of all time, Walter Payton, did this every day on the football field. He would jump up as quickly as he hit the ground, excuse me, after being tackled. He never dwelled on a hit. Payton was ready to make the next play his best. Good leaders know they have to be ready for their next meeting. Good parents know that they have to welcome their children home from school with hugs and kisses. Leaders and parents know that they have to be fully present and at their best for the people they care about. The bottom line is that successful people do not let the garbage trucks take over their day. What about you? What would happen in your life starting today if you let more garbage trucks pass you by? Here's my bet. You'll be happier. Life's too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right. Forget about the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason. And then someone else wrote, great advice. Don't dwell on the negative or spread negativism. God created us in his own image. While we may not be perfect, there's definitely a spark of divinity within us. Some hide it better than others. We are still God's children. We have the potential to be good enough, so the creator of the universe wants to spend time with us. We definitely make mistakes, but if Jesus Christ is ready to forgive us, shouldn't others follow his lead? Now turn all those arguments around and think of the person you were having trouble with. Remember those same points. Spark of divinity, child of God, potential for goodness, forgiveness for mistakes. Are we ready to tell Christ that that person isn't worthy of his forgiveness or ours? Watch out today. Beware of garbage trucks. You'll see them everywhere. Remember not to take your place behind the wheel. As always, thank you for joining Gift Friday. Remember, joy always comes in the morning because God is for today. Take care. Again, if you like a copy of that inspiration, just tell me an email in there and I'll send it to you. And if you're not already on my contacts, send me that request by sporty@sportyking.com. Even if you drop it in here and I found that I don't have your address, then I'll send it. But don't worry about sending your email address. Amen to you too, Deborah. Thank you. And Marty, I know it's crazy, but I always wanted to be a garbage man. Well, okay to be a garbage man, just don't be a garbage truck. And the funny thing is, you may find that you'll be a garbage man or woman more than you think because you're picking up somebody else's garbage. But look at the flip side of it, Marty, right? The garbage man knows what to do with garbage. And that's, again, what this inspiration is about, knowing what to do with garbage. All right. What's going on, Reggie, New York? I love the quote. Amen. Thank you. All right, homeboy. Good to see you. All right. It is good advice. Yeah. And what's happening, Lorenzo? Hey, coming in from Chicago. Good morning to you too, man. Look, God bless you all. God is for today. And today is closeout day for us wonderful Virgos. Virgo season ends today. But let me tell you, Virgos, we rule all year. But every sign, so do you. Isn't that, again, that's what it's all about. Remember to celebrate your birthday far beyond one day on a man-made calendar. Celebrate your birthday the entire year, and even recognize that next year is a leap year, so we get an extra day. All right. So thanks again for tuning in. Share the message, but more importantly, enjoy the message, and certainly have a wonderfully safe weekend. I'll see you next week. Over and out. Ciao. Oops. With Lorenzo, Scorpio season starts in July, even though it's in November, right? That's right. You start it whenever you want it. That's right. It's your birthday and it's your celebration of you. Aren't you worthy of being celebrated? I don't know if y'all know, by the way, especially if you're on Facebook, but anybody who knows, if I know your birthday, what I do is every year on my birthday, create my birthday message for the year that I'm going to send everybody on theirs. And so that's what I put, similar what Lorenzo put, Scorpio season starts in July. I always say, aren't you worthy of being celebrated beyond one day a year on a man-made calendar? And so I have an inspirational message I send, and I send to everyone. People, oh, you send the same message. Well, what's the difference between me doing that and somebody who always clicks happy birthday? It's the same message, right? So I create a message every year on my birthday. And so that way, this is how I do. My Virgo brothers and sisters are the first to get my new message and inspiration. And then we are happy. We are happy to share it with everyone else throughout the year. So God bless you all. And again, I love you too, Lorenzo. Love you, my brother. Love all of you. Keep being good, because get good and get gooder. Over and out. Ciao.